The voices you know, Timothy, Tracy, and Joe on the show. From front of house to chefs on the line, every voice can shape the future each time. Every voice can shape.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Talking Hospitality. We have a bonus episode today with the lovely Paul Gilley, and we are Confex in Excel, London.
Welcome.
Why are we here? We're here courtesy of MMG Events. We're recording and editing this, so thank you very much. So we're here with Paul Gilley because we're running a very special event shortly, aren't you?
I am. Called Hospitality Fight Night.
Hospitality Fight Night. What is Hospitality Fight Night, Paul?
So something we came up with last year that's taken hospitality staff that have never boxed before, taken them on a 12-week training program to teach them to box, and then having a black tie evening with 5 bouts, 4 bouts with males and 1 bout 2 ladies, in front of 450 of their peers, colleagues, friends, to not really. It's not going to be the best boxing, I don't think, but what I think it's going to be is demonstrate the journey they've been on.
Yeah.
Well-being, resilience, togetherness, all of those things that are so relevant nowadays.
When I think about boxing and hospitality, I'm thinking you're putting your pastries in a box or you're putting your chocolates in a box, not hitting people with gloves.
Yeah.
How did you go from hospitality to an idea of getting people to box and do this event?
So for 17 years, we've been running a sporting event, which we'll talk about in a minute, called the London Hospitality Festival. And this is a bit different in as much as it's another sport, but we wanted to do a black tie evening and bring in the leaders of the industry to sit around, have a glass of champagne, share, network, and watch something.
Yeah.
And because we're a sporting events organisers, we felt that the boxing bit could be the cabaret to the evening.
Yeah.
So we're hosting it at the Royal National Hotel, which is part of Imperial London Hotels. In fact, the Royal National, you might not know this, is the largest hotel in Europe. It's got 1,600 bedrooms.
Wow.
I didn't know that. Anyway.
Gonna need it after a bout, probably.
Yeah. So we'll be there. Everyone will have a glass of champagne, chat, beautiful dinner. And then at the end of that, we then welcome in the fighters 2 by 2, and they go through the process, and we have winners and draws and whatever. But yeah, so it sort of followed on from the sporting that we've done, but in a different way.
So, Paul, you talked about the journey of the contestants and the people that are fighting. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? But also, little birdie tells me you're also standing in the ring. Is that right?
So if my wife's listening, I'm not standing in the ring, okay? Because that's an absolute no-no. Definitely not. But I started the training with them, which is where you probably got that from.
Yeah.
So on the same day as everybody else, I walked into the gym, which is a little arch under Waterloo, the train lines.
Oh, yeah.
Been there for 100 years. Sawdust on the floor. Beautiful, beautiful place. And we all walked in there, 20 of us, and put on our gloves for the first time ever. You can see they're very new. They've hardly been used.
These ain't been used for training.
So put on our gloves, and literally was, how do you do this? That's a jab, that's a backhand, and we learnt it. 6 weeks later, we are boxing, we're sparring, Somebody hit me and broke a rib.
Ooh.
It was good though, but the adrenaline, the rush is fantastic. Well, I love it. I come home every night from it, absolutely buzzing. And when we get to 12 weeks, when we get to the night, everybody is, you can't believe the journey they've gone on from not knowing what boxing is to the family that we've created and the skills they've got.
Yeah.
Some of them are absolutely fantastic.
I imagine also it's kind of, well, I actually know somebody who's fighting, but their confidence changes as well, right?
Yeah.
Because their body's changing, they're feeling fitter, also they know how to fight.
Yeah. Well, we asked all 20 of them, why are you doing this journey? And not one of them said, I want to hit someone. Not one of them said, I want to be hit. What they said was, I want to learn a new skill. I want to get fit. I want to lose some weight. I want to meet some new people. those were all the reasons they've done it. And we have created that.
Yeah,
The 15 that are left are like, you know, they're my friends. They'll be my friends forever.
Yeah.
But every night, you know, tonight I'll be doing it. We're going and, you know, punching each other.
Yeah.
But it's not really boxing. That's
Yeah.
what it's about. You know, if you come to the night, you'll be disappointed if you come to see boxing. You'll be absolutely exhilarated if you've come to see the learning curve and the well-being and the development and the camaraderie that is going to be there on the night. I know I'm not boxing.
No. If you're listening, Mrs. Gilley, he ain't boxing.
No.
Right. Anyway, the next thing is, obviously you've attached yourself to a charity.
Yes.
Which I think is probably quite an important part of this piece. Hospitality Action.
Yes.
We spoke to them on this podcast before.
Did you?
But they are a very important charity for hospitality. Why have you chosen them as your charity?
We've known them from the events that we've done before for a long time. Mark Lewis is a friend, and they do an incredible job. The reason we've chosen them specifically is Imperial London Hotels, who are hosting us. It's their hotel. They own 7 hotels in Russell Square, and so they're hosting us. They wanted to do something specifically for Hospitality Action. They work very closely with them, and they love what they do. So they chose the charity, and everything is going. All the profits are going to them.
Right.
Yeah. So it's going to be an exciting night. They'll be there on the night. They'll be showcasing what they do to the 450 people in the room. So it's a good awareness piece too. I mean, everybody's aware of Hospitality Action. So
there are just links in the show notes to the charity, and of course, Fight Night as well. If somebody wants to get in contact with you, what's the best way to do that?
Email, call, connect with you, however, you know, social media, LinkedIn. I'm good at LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Hospitality Fight Night or Paul Gilley on LinkedIn.
So we'll also put a link to Paul Gilley's LinkedIn on our show notes as well.
We've got a few tables left.
Great.
Not many.
Yeah.
And there's
going, by the way.
And there's no space for bouts. There's no space for fighters.
So, Paul, about you though, because your background is quite interesting, because you're not just somebody who's come in, decided I'm going to do a boxing match with some hospitality people because I had bad service one day.
Yes.
You want to do, your whole story is a lot bigger than that. Do you want to share with our audience?
I think
who you are?
I think someone's branded us as social entrepreneurs. So we 17 years ago started an event called the London Hospitality Festival, and we got some hotels together: the Ritz, the Dorchester, the Royal Lancaster, a few others. 10 of them were jumpers for goalposts in Hyde Park, and we had a game of football.
Yeah.
Everyone loved that. We did it the following year. It doubled, and so last year we had 150 hotels and restaurants from across London, 3,500 people from those businesses. Eating, drinking, listening to music, bringing the kids, bringing the wives, playing football, playing softball, playing beach volleyball, dodgeball, tennis, paddle, darts. So all of these things. And it's about the hospitality sector getting together and doing something together. Yeah. So you forget that you're a competitor. You forget that the Dorchester is against the Ritz. On that day, we're all together. We're all in together. My background is hotels. Then I went into recruitment. I'm a fellow of the Institute of Hospitality, which I recommend highly. It's a fantastic organisation, and we've raised a lot of money and awareness for them over the years. But it was so that sort of then all the ingredients were there. I loved hotels. Yeah. I loved hospitality. I loved the various pieces of the jigsaw, and that day just brought it all together.
Yeah.
And there aren't many days where you can go to an event with your colleagues, but you can also bring your partner and your children and have an ice cream and play on a bouncy castle and get your face painted. So it's done very well, and it works very well.
It is a brilliant day. Yes. When I was working I can say it now, when I was working at Jumeirah Hotels, we had our team.
Yes.
We didn't win, but we gave it our best. But it was a wonderful day. Everyone was speaking very highly, and they got to see people relax outside work. Yeah. And it does bring people together. It's great, and it's no other agenda than to have fun and get to know people. So keep an eye out for it for this year, I guess.
Yes, definitely. Sunday the 6th of September.
Well, you've mentioned about mental health and wellness. Is that something that's quite core to your heart?
I think, I'm not a young man anymore. And so the driving force for me is not to build a business and conquer the world.
Yeah.
That for me now, as a fellow, as a hotelier, is to look after the people in our own industry.
Yeah.
I think I'm one of the few people that thinks that COVID possibly and Brexit, that there was a change then that meant we didn't treat people badly anymore. There were businesses out there that were not looking after their kitchen porters, were not looking after their staff. That's not an option anymore because staff are so precious. That well-being, engagement, diversity, inclusion, all these things are so they're day-to-day words now in HR.
Yeah.
And so that's my focus is about bringing the industry together, looking after the industry, which is a really nice place to be in, actually.
Yeah. Paul, thank you very much for joining me today in this beautiful arena.
Yes.
Thank you for last minute as well. I know you're a busy man.
No, it's fine.
Thank you for what you've done for our industry and continue to do for our industry.
Oh, I look forward to welcoming all of you to the festival in September.
Yes, please do. And again, we'll put some links down. And a big shout out to today's sponsors, Hospitality Jobs UK, HJ UK, and Graphic Kitchen for making today possible. And again, big thank you to MMG Events who have allowed today's episode to go throughout. Thank you very much. Have a good day.